I'm strong in faith.
Faith can move mountains. Radio Maria 91.3 FM.
The voice of truth.
Good evening in Abuja. How are you all doing? How has your day been? Are you still at work? Are you on your way home? Or you didn't step out at all today? Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, relax and enjoy the next 1 hour with myself and my guests. You're welcome to Journey Through Life with me, Sisi Bunmi. My guest this evening is a very, very important big man. Air Vice Marshal Akugbe Iyamu is retired, distinguished retired general of the Nigerian Air Force. And but now you're retired and you're an environmentalist.
Yeah.
You're welcome to Journey Through Life.
Thank you, Sisi Bunmi, and thank you for the wonderful work we are doing. Honestly, it's very, very marvelous.
So how long have you been retired now?
That's 2 years. 2 years there.
And how has post-retirement been for you?
No, it's a wonderful time. Wherever you go, you must go home. You must go. If you go to the market, you must go home. Wherever you go, you know that there's an expiry date. You must go home. And when you go home, you take all the experiences that you have gathered, where the nation has spent so much on you, and give it back to the society. Retirement time is a time to give back.
How many years were you in the military? How many years?
That was about 33 years.
So, you know, the military, at least our understanding, is very disciplined, very regimented and all that. So how is that transition been like, you know, from being, you know, an officer and always, you know, orders and all that to now become, you know, retired civilian life? How has the transition been for you from military to civilian?
You know, it was a very wonderful a very wonderful time. You know, it's a mindset thing. When you are, I'm a pilot, when you are coming to land, that's not when to increase speed. You start reducing your speed and start knowing, look, it is a transition period. I'm going to the other side and everything and all. So if you come to the realization of all this, transition will be very, very easy for you. It will be very easy for you. And you left the society to come into the military, and you are going back into the society. That discipline should not be a problem to you. It should help you. It should help you to wake up on time. It should help you to make your bed. As little as this, it should help you to make your coffee, and it should help you not to wait for people to do things for you. You do it for yourself. Yes.
But you know, as a military, especially somebody that rose to the rank of being a general, I know that you don't tolerate indiscipline. So now that you are retired and you see people, you know, being, you know, do you have that urge to kind of get your kopoko out and whip them into, you know, behave yourself, things like that? Or do you feel frustrated that people are just indisciplined and just doing anyhow? Do you miss those days of being a military officer where you can just, you know, come down in your uniform and everybody will just fall in line and do the right thing? Do you?
Well, you see, the armed forces have been transitioning since the 1960s, when we gained independence. It is no longer brow, it is now brain. It's a brain thing now. So when the people,
I like that.
Yeah, no longer brow, it's brain. But what you do, what is physical now is gradually being reduced every day to how much you can do with your brain. Yeah, you see the officers, you see their certificate is being numeralized now. Numbers are coming in and everything, which means they are getting into the technology world. It's no longer you just go there, how many kilometers you can run. That is part of it, but it also includes part of your brain. I always tell my aides, I say, look, this car we're riding has a flag and stars. And the man by the roadside knows that it's a different car altogether. And by that, he's supposed to respect it. So if you now have to make me to come down to go and ask him, do you know who I am? Then I have failed. So you should understand what you are, and you should not do what will make the man asks you, who are you, sir?
Exactly.
So it's a mutual respect. You must respect the society, and the society will respect you. Yes.
That's the ideal.
That's the
isn't it?
idea. Yes.
So you started as a pilot. Were you already in the military before you trained to be a pilot, or were you already a pilot before you joined the Air Force?
No, we studied as cadets. First of all, you have the basic military training in NDA, where you now leave the Nigerian Defense Academy. Like I told you, the Air Force is evolving every year. Now, you even have your pilots while they are still in NDA, but in our own time, you will be commissioned before you go and train as a pilot. So we were already commissioned as officers. We were commissioned 1990, but around 1989, we already started transiting into the flying phase. That's it. So it is the Nigeria resources
That trained you.
that trained us from scratch to finish pilots.
It's very interesting that you acknowledge that and you state that,
Yes.
you acknowledge that Nigeria, trained you and
Yes.
invested in you.
Yes.
You've come with some soundtracks to your life. And I'm going to play the first one, Amazing Grace. That's one of the soundtracks to your life.
Yes.
Okay. I'll play Amazing Grace for you. Amazing Grace, a very, very popular Catholic hymn. Why is that one of the soundtracks to your life?
Yes. You cannot quantify amazing grace. It's amazing. It is a grace. What is grace? It's an unmerited favor or what? At critical turn points in my life, that has always been the song. And you will also see that key figures across the world always have that sound as their sound bites. Take, for example, President Barack Obama, when he was overwhelmed by the murder in the US of those black people in the church. He recurs to Amazing Grace. And at every point in time, when I get to a very critical junction and I sing Amazing Grace, amazing things happen. Amazing things happen. So it has remained in me. Take, for example, as a very young child, and my dad was retired and my mom too was also retired. I remember a day I was so hungry that what that taught me is, if somebody say I'm hungry now, I know what bites in my stomach. It takes me back to 1982 when that hunger was so bad. Now, what was left with me there was Amazing Grace. I just started singing it, and I was hungry, not the hungry that you have a termination point. No, this one didn't have terminal. It was going to continue to go, and I didn't know where the meal was going to come from. Then I had my room was by the window. Just had my footstep on the road. My cousin, Usaze, came in, and I just said, "Look, my brother, this is not time for banter. So I'm really hungry." He said, "Are you serious? Let's go to the restaurant." I went to eat. That is what I call the $1 billion meal.
Because it came at the right time.
It came at the right time. It came. You see, that was an amazing grace. Came in from nowhere. I wasn't expecting him. Didn't tell me he was going to come. He just walked in. So that is what the amazing grace has been in my life. It changes situations. It reverses it from the puerile to the manageable. So you can see that. That's why no matter what it is, if I just get if I get knocked down, not knocked out, I just go Amazing Grace. How sweet that sounds. That save a wretch like me.
That's interesting because it lends credence to the fact that you believe that everything is just by the grace of God.
Yes.
Everything is the grace of God.
Yes. When my second solo aircraft, where you have been trained, they leave you to go on your own. Where my instructor pilot left the aircraft and said, "Look, you have to go." I said, where to go?
The first time.
Yes. I said, you have to go on your own. I said, okay. I said, well, Amazing Grace, how sweet that sound.
Wow.
When I sang it, you see, when I got there and came back, I felt fulfilled.
Were you scared though? Were you scared the very first solo? How old were you then?
No, in the 20s, early 20s. And
now you flew the plane on your own.
They are 16 and 17 doing that. And we're even old then to do it. There are younger people doing it now. So, like I always say, anything you want to do in your life, it's a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing. Don't be afraid of circumstances. You see, anytime you want to do anything, when you wake up in the morning, go to the mirror and tell yourself, I'm the one the world is waiting for.
Motivation.
Yes. See, I'm the one the world is waiting for. Don't let circumstances challenge you. Circumstances are made by man. You are a greater being with an amazing grace. So you will always go through the crests.
You always overcome.
You will always overcome.
Yes.
Don't get to the trough. Even if you're in the trough, look up and say, look, I can do this. I'm the one the world is waiting for. Yes.
That is fantastic. So let's go back to your childhood. You were born in Benin. You're a Benin man.
Yeah.
Yes. Original Benin man.
Original Benin man. Yes. Yeah. I told you Benin boy. Yeah.
Okay.
City boy.
Okay, Benin boy. I call you Sisi. So you were born in Benin.
Yes.
Right. Tell us a bit about your childhood, because I want to know your childhood and to know how you now decided to go on that path, and tell us a bit about that.
Funny enough, my parents, this is the truth. My parents, if you are going to be somebody who will join the military in the house, I'm sure I will rank very, very low in their.
Why?
I was the most gentle. So and the most gentle. So if we go to the farm, I will carry my book. Well, that's how I walk in. I'm just reading my book. My dad, you say, look.
How many of you, can I ask, how many siblings did you have?
We were 19.
Okay, polygamous.
Yes, my dad had four wives. May so rest in peace. So he will say, look, the good thing is that when you are coming to the world, anybody is coming to the world, God always escorts him with one very, very strong attribute. Your own is that God gave you brain. Otherwise, so when we go to the farm, everybody will just do their own. I will be reading my book. When they finish, everybody come and gather. So when now time to do the NDA, they brought the form. I said, no, this NDA. My elder brother said, no, go. We all know you will pass it. So may so rest in peace. It's late now. So he encouraged me. And I went. Now that began the journey, very, very fine journey. As I was going, interestingly,
I was in Kaduna. NDA Kaduna.
NDA Kaduna. When I was going, my late mom gave me transport fare. She looked at me and looked at me. What she didn't say was more than what she said. Take this transport, and when you get there, you hold this one in case you want to come back. So when I got there, I first ate the money I was supposed to use to come back. So when I ate that one, that time there was no GSM, nothing. So of course the one I was used to go, I already spent that one. So I was there, journey of no return. So when I got to the NDA gate, I saw boys younger than me. I said no. According to Nigeria Palace, I said we die here. we die here. It's better. Like the Benin.
I'm not going back.
The Benin will say this is where a man was killed, and this is where a man ran into the bush. So when we got to the canteen, the first meal that was served, I remember, was rice. The fish was a full-blown fish, big one like this.
You had never eaten such before?
No. I said, and they are expecting me. They must be joking. Let them go and face their problem. And we are here.
We die here.
So that began September, October, November, December. December, I went home in my full kit uniform. They were all looking at me. They weren't too sure how to talk to me. This man come back. Is he still going back? But then when you are going, they gather your, we are paid, they pay salary. They gather the whole of your money and give.
Okay, and they pays you salary.
Yes.
For being a student.
Yes, for being a student. They call it allowance. So when I gathered the whole of my one, go to Benin, I was all over the place. University of Benin, everywhere. Yeah, the big boy. So everybody wanted to come and be there. So that was the beginning. Very beautiful beginning, a very beautiful career. There's no career that don't have checkpoint here and there, but Amazing Grace will take you through.
Take you through. Yes. Amazing Grace always.
Yes, yes.
So when you go to ND, I don't know whether that is, let our listeners know. So you don't go there to become an Air Force officer. You just go there to get the basic military training, and then along the line you decide. Or how does it work?
No, when you are filling the form, you tell them, okay, in the form, we require you to fill whether you are going to be Army, Navy, or Air Force. So you fill those ones. But it is in the wisdom of the top hierarchy of the armed forces to see where you are best suited. I filled the Navy before. So when I got Rear Admiral Elegbede, may so rest in peace. Look. Say with these results, I think he should go. No, I filled Army. Say with this result, he should go to the Navy. So that was about, when I got to the Navy, there was a very serious incident that happened. So I found my way in the Air Force, and I had always loved the aircraft and everything and all. So that was how we got there. Yes. So
you became captivated, all the buttons, all the gadgets everywhere.
Yes.
And, you have to be brilliant people to to do. So growing up, did you have any mentor? Who was your mentor growing up?
My mentor was my dad. My dad is very strong-willed, very resolute. If you tell my dad that the whole building is going to collapse, he will say, okay, what date is it starting? Maybe I can still enjoy between now and when it starts. That's the kind of thing he was made of. He had this mind to tell us that, in the night I was leaving for NDA, he woke me up around 2 a.m. So wondering how was this man waking me up again. So he brought out agidi, agidi now?
Yes,
pap and a pot. He turned the pot upside down. He said, look at this agidi and look at this pot. Do they have resemblance? I said, no. He said, that's who you are. Go. I don't know if you got the message.
No.
The contrast between agidi and pot.
The pot is black. The agidi is white.
Yes. Say that's who you are. Go and come back. So that registered in my brain. Anytime there's a very difficult time, I go back to that. Say,
so you are the agidi?
Yes, ma'am, the agidi. That came back from the black pot.
Oh, I see. That the agidi came out from the black pot. In other words, remember who you are. Never forget.
You can make it. So you don't have to stay your white. This is where you are. So anytime it gets to very, very challenging circumstances, I look at it and say, look, this is what my dad told me.
I can be whatever I want to be. I just have to work hard.
Yes. Yes. And that kept me, in 2019, when I came back, sorry, I have to fast forward it to get there. I told my family when I came back, I went on a walk. When I came in, somebody said, why don't you start talking about climate change properly? Then I was in NEMA, climate change. Then it was just an abstract thing to people and everything. I called my wife, which and the children, I said, I want to write a book. They all started going back to their room one by one. Go and recomplain and say, are you sure that it's okay? So, but my son said, if daddy says anything, take him seriously because he's going to see it through. He does not say anything except he's going to do it. So that started. I wrote the first draft of the book. I gave them. When they read through, they started believing in me. They all took it, started making their correction on it. So I wrote 2 books, Riches in the Rubbish, then Open Defecation, the Risk and the Hazard. So as an environmentalist, and till then it has been a very good time. I've had more than 700 articles on the environment.
I wanted to ask you, how did your interest in the environment, how did that start? What happened that you developed interest and you became an environmentalist? Because it doesn't Air Force pilots and environment, how did that come together?
People always ask me this question at local international forums. Here's the thing. Here's where it gets very interesting. Now, you see, whatever nature gives to you is an answer. It does not provide the entire answer. It's an element in the answer. Here in 2012, were about 12 of us selected to go and do our defense college outside the country. I went to the Philippines. And on that year, that was the year the flooding, that was the national disaster, national catastrophe happened. And my topic in the Philippines was Nigerian Air Force in flood disaster management. So the topic was so well written that the Philippine government took it and said, okay, why don't you consider coming back here? Like that. But why there? I will continue to be grateful to the resources of the country, of the sovereignty. You were exposed to so many things. You do things yourself. You do research and everything yourself. And I started seeing how the environment, the planet, and the economy are interrelating. And that interrelationship, if we don't manage it properly, was going to be existential as we go ahead. So I developed significant interest in it, and I started doing it and all. And fast forward, it got to where we are now. And as of today, I've had more than 500 interviews on the environment, writing on all major channels across the world. So that is it. And the environment is still abstract to a lot of people. But that is where the survival of mankind is.
Yes.
Apart from your faith, the next thing is a planet. You must respect it. As you respect your faith, you have to respect the planet.
Because we have to save it.
You have to save it.
We have to conserve it so that all this pollution and
waste
management.
Thank you very much. Pollution and waste management.
Yes, we have to do. Otherwise, no, I totally agree with you. I'm going to play the next soundtrack to your life now. The Solid Rock is another Catholic hymn, isn't it?
Yes.
The Solid Rock. I'll play that for you now. The Solid Rock.
Yeah.
Why is that one of the soundtracks to your life?
Here again, here's the thing. It gets more interesting to say that my colleagues know that if there are 2 people remaining in Catholic Church, it will be me and the Pope, because the Pope have nowhere to go and I have nowhere to go. So it's very certain. In our days, going through all the stations of the Air Force and everything, they know that there are 2 things when I get to a station. The first one, where is the next Catholic church that is closer? Morning Mass. It's there. It's very sacrosanct. Then the second one, where do I do? Most masses in Air Force bases are, morning masses are Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Then the other ones are evening masses. Then the second one is, where do I walk? How do I walk around? Like I said before, going back, say, if there are 2 people in the Catholic Church, it is me. Because over time, I've come to discover that whatever you are looking for, you see, the simpler a religion is, the better for me. Don't start telling me a whole lot of things. You have lost me. No matter the problem, when I go to the Blessed Sacrament, as I'm walking out of the door, I consider it that it's going to be solved. It's already solved. It's a foregone conclusion for me. So, which other rock are you going to stand on? Every other rock is sinking sand, you know. So it is a very, very strong thing for me. See, that blessed sacrament and the grotto, Mother Mary grotto that people take for granted, there lies the immense power of the universe.
It's very interesting that you should say that, because one would just assume that a military man, strong and all that, but here you are confessing that Jesus Christ is the rock for you. It's not the military might. It's not the, I can see here your rosary. It's not about the guns and the defense capabilities. It's Christ. Because you see military men as strong and they can do everything, but you are saying that no, that Christ is the power.
You can only try in a battle, but victory is from God alone. Victory is from God alone. That's at the point, that was the motto of the Nigerian Air Force. I don't go anywhere without my rosary. Why? You see, I have an unbreakable affinity with it. You understand? It's like my talisman.
It is your talisman.
Whenever anything goes, I hold it. No matter how crucial the situation is, I hold it. If you ask the Air Force, me, myself, I'm a story. Because I know the rock I'm standing. And at this point in time, I will just mention somebody very significant. Air Marshal Amao. My dad said, if they are going to bury you and you can still see the grave, that means you are not dead. So you're not dead. The die is always rolling. It keeps rolling. Air Marshal Amao, we're friends. We're family friends and everything. But it goes beyond that. There was spiritual in our meeting. There was heavenly coordination in our meeting. He said, look, when you had challenges, I was fasting. Not with the others. I said I was fasting. Imagine chief fasting for. He said. So it's a very interesting thing. And at that point in time, never lose hope. When you have the solid rock that you are standing on, never lose hope.
That's the message from AVM Iyamu. I'm going to open the phone lines now. If you want to join the conversation, if you have a question, a comment for him, the number is 081-084-47518. You can call in, you can send a message via SMS or WhatsApp. You're listening to Journey Through Life, and my distinguished guest this evening is a retired general of the Air Force. I'm very, very delighted that you agreed to come and have this chat with us. So, let me just ask you, if you did not become a military man, what do you think you would have done?
Yes, I have always wanted to save humanity. And if I hadn't become a military, I would have become a medical doctor. That's where I was going, because
we have a caller.
Yes.
Good evening. What's your name? Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening. My name is Mr. Francis, and I'm calling you from Nigeria-Abuja.
You're welcome. Do you have a comment or a question for my guests?
Yes. First, I want to commend you for this wonderful program, and I want to thank the retired general for showing up. His story and the music have been so inspiring. Seriously, it's timeless, and I feel I was just saying to myself, what a time to be alive, when real people share real life issues and testimonies, especially miracles that most people degrade and feel like there's nothing happening. The Solid Rock song, the Amazing Grace song, I was just trying to lighten the messages in those songs to my own life and my own reality, coupled with the experience in sharing them. Because I can imagine someone going into a land where you don't even know what the outcome will be like, but you believe that amazing grace will work for you, and there is a solid rock you stand on, which is Christ. So it's really very, very inspiring this evening, and thank you so much.
Thank you for calling. Thank you. Keep listening to Radio Maria on 91.3 FM. My guest this evening, distinguished, accomplished military officer. It's such a great pleasure to have you here. You heard the last caller.
Yeah.
This is why we do this.
Yeah.
This is why we do it.
Yeah. It's really good. It's really good. And can I say something?
Yes.
You see, whenever you are going into a battle, your support is very, very important. You know my wife. She is the strongest pillar. She has the mind of steel.
Yes, behind every successful man.
She has the mind of steel. You understand? So when she said, this is where we are going to go, and that is the route that she will go.
So she's the real general. I wanted to ask, how did you meet your wife? Tell us briefly about that.
My wife, childhood friends and all coming together.
Back in Benin, we have another caller. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from
Welcome. You have a comment or a question for my guests?
I want to recommend your guest. I salute you, sir.
Thank you.
Upon your training, your more power, your strength, you still believe in God. And today you are telling us that God is your strength and we depend on Him alone. Okay, most of us that we are civilians, we don't have the muscle, we don't have the training. And we still haven't got about ourselves. I recommend this today and I thank you for your teaching. And I believe that today it will be a lesson to all of us. No matter what we are going through in life, we depend on God and God alone.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. And thank you, Auntie.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling in. Yes. So you're telling me the juicy story of how you met your wife. I want to know. Tell me.
Yes. So then when I came to NDA, she went her own path, law and everything and all. So interestingly, my colleague, Air Vice Marshal Akugbe, wife, they were friends. So when Air Vice Marshal Akugbe married before me, so in 1997, so she now came with Air Vice Marshal Akugbe's wife, and that's how we met again.
Okay. From after the childhood, were you already a graduate of the Air Force?
1997. I was already a squadron leader.
So you're already
flight lieutenant.
Okay,
lieutenant, yeah.
So how was
Immediately we got married, I became a squadron leader, yeah.
And then because she's a fearless, but she didn't mind marrying a military person, because some women, they have reservations about marrying people that can potentially, go to the war front, and God forbid. She didn't have those fears at all.
Well, everybody will have fear, but she has been a very amazing woman. Very, very amazing. Of course, you see the way I look. So because she cooked very good food for me. She cooked very good food for me, and good like that. And, jokingly, my son came back and said, I'm going to be a pilot. He said, what are you talking about?
Your wife said that to him.
I'm battling with one that I've not finished you. You have to come and add another one. So that was very, very interesting. She loved the military life. And you see, as military men, we are not really there for...
We have another caller. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good evening. Okay, we lost that caller. Let's go ahead.
So we're not really there for upbringing of the children. How the children will turn out is the sterling or the stellar qualities of the woman. They take care of everything.
Because you were away most of the time.
They're always away. They're always away, you know. She was in Kaduna for a very, very long time. Yeah, so until we moved to Abuja in 2015. So that's immediately after we married, she was in Kaduna. That's yeah.
Are there any special qualities that a military wife has to have? What do you think? Because we may have people listening, you know, maybe people that are in NDA that are, you know, thinking of picking a wife. What qualities, are there any special qualities that a military wife has to have?
Patience, and open mind. Open mind. You see, the military young officer is a very resourceful person, quote unquote. So you have to look beyond that.
What do you mean by resourceful? Explain that.
He's very fine everywhere he goes.
I wanted you to say it. You know,
he's very fine. His uniform, everybody,
and in high demand.
It's in high demand, and people always.
But is that still the case today, though?
It will always be the case.
Do you think they still serve that big fish on rice in?
No matter what, NDA will never change because have you ever seen a cadet looking lean?
I'll have to.
You know, it's not possible. if for anything you will be fed well, you'll be fed well. You know, the training, becoming an officer is very strenuous. It taxes your brain and your physical capability. So you need to feed well. You need to nourish the body. It's very, very important.
So do they still pay today in ND? They still pay
you're still giving allowance.
So you don't pay school fees? The government pays you?
No, you don't pay.
That's an interesting information. But if you finish NDA, can you, for instance, the certification there is equivalent to a degree, isn't it?
It's not equivalent, it's a degree.
It's a degree, okay.
Yes.
So can you go to NDA, finish your degree, and then decide that, no, I don't want to be,
At the point of entry, I've already signed.
Well, what if I decide that, look, I didn't know it was going to be like this.
No. There's no decision again.
I want to go and do something else.
There's no decision again.
So
at the point of entry, you have handed over your ability, your flexibility.
So I can't come there now and do medicine. Medicine is a 5 years, 6 years a bit.
Yeah.
The government will pay me. I will get all.
No, the NDA don't do medicine yet. Okay. But when you finish, you can go and do medicine in civil university. But every other course now is taking there.
So if you go and do the medicine, the civil university, will they pay still? Will they sponsor?
They'll pay.
They'll pay.
Yes.
So if you finish all that, why are you looking at me like that? If you finish all that, can you now say, see, I'm not really cut out to be a soldier. I beg, let me go and do NYSC and do something else. Can you do that?
The Benin will tell you that I know if you carry load, now granted they talk. The moment you sign that dotted line, I go wherever ordered, on land and on sea.
Are you serious?
It's a commitment.
Jeez. But you have something called deserters now.
You are a lawyer. You know what deserter is. It's not a very pleasant word. It's an unwholesome word that you will tag somebody with. When you say somebody is a deserter, it excuses you of so many things in life. So that's not the way, that's not the route that somebody will want to take. So
if you are listening, you can't go and do free training. Or if you want to go there, you get the training, you must be a soldier, you must fight.
We will be happy that you are, that is where I am, this is what I'm doing. Yes.
It's a privilege, I must say, jokes apart, it's a privilege to, to go to the NDA and to finish and to serve your nation. It is a privilege, and we're also grateful to you all. We're so grateful that at least you're keeping us, our country, safe. Is there when you look back, is there any particular incident that you would like to share with us as a military officer? What particular incident as an Air Force pilot did you have a short, what do you call it? A very, very dangerous episode? Where, but for the grace of God, but for amazing grace. Do you want to share that with us?
Yes, I will remember specifically in Kano were training on the jets. My instructor pilot then was Isa Adamu, very wonderful man, very wonderful, exceptional man. So we took off, and on the training, we were going towards Jigawa, and there was this storm coming in. Storm, real storm. So he asked me, do you know what is happening here? I said, I think I can feel that we are not moving again. He said,
the aircraft was not moving.
That we are not moving the way it's supposed. He said, look at the speed. You see the way it is reducing? He said, that's a storm. Anytime you notice that, you come back. So he turned the aircraft, maximum turning, and we returned back to our base in Kano. We barely landed in Kano, and the storm came and destroyed everywhere. Imagine if it has met us
Up
there. So would have been history now. There again, amazing grace.
I must have put the fear in you, the fear of God in you. That
No. You are just happy. You are just happy that you are looking forward to tomorrow. That tomorrow, let's go and do this thing again and come back.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So you were just a pilot. You never had guns to kill anybody, or you don't have to share it. Don't worry, you don't have to share it. I just let you know.
It's like me asking you whether as a lawyer you have jailed anybody.
There goes my answer. So is there any major lesson that life has taught you?
Life has taught me.
We have a caller.
Okay.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Rejoice Mary, calling from Cuba.
Okay, go ahead. Do you have a comment or a question for my guest?
First of all, I want to appreciate the program, and I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
So, on what age that person will join the NDA? Like, what age? Like, I'm interested to join, but at what age?
Yes, I think you should. I think it's 16 or 17. I cannot really tell you, but
she's still listening. I'm sure she's still listening. Yes.
Are you there?
Yeah, she's listening, but the phone. But you can go ahead. I'm sure she's listening on her radio. Yes.
I think 16 or 17. You have to be. You don't have to be older than. But there's a range.
But I think it's 21 now. You can't be older than 21.
Is it still up to 21?
I think so. Maybe you can
in our time it was 21, but
I think it's still 21.
Okay.
I think it's still 21.
Okay, but
you cannot be above.
You cannot be above 20. Except
but
you are going
go
for
on the website.
Go on the website
and find
out.
Yeah. You know, he's a general. He left many months ago. But yes, that's a valid question. I think I advise you go on the website. You know.
And find
so I was
out.
asking, what is one major lesson that life has taught you, General?
Life has taught me never to give up.
Resilience.
No, I don't give up. If you are expecting me to give up, they know in all my reports through my career, my boss is always right that if you want anything done fast and good, give it to him. He is very resilient. Circumstances never weigh him down. So I live to that thing. And at the tail end of the career, that's actually came into play. I told you about Air Marshal Oladayo Amao, and God will continue to bless him. You know, so that's when God will always plant anybody in your life. It's only God that has the final say. So you're sitting here, you don't have any say.
True.
Yes, he have the conclusion of the story. Sorry, you have the conclusion. God have the conclusion of the story. You cannot conclude. You can conclude by yourself, but that's not God's conclusion. His conclusion is with him. Whenever people said it has never been done before, God will say, "Wait, try me. You will see it's going to be done."
It's interesting you say God has the final say and that God knows the end. But as a devout Catholic that you are, do you believe that sometimes prayer can change circumstances? So let's say something is so obvious. Can prayer change that thing?
That's why it's
Can
called.
can you pray enough for God to say, okay, I give you another,
If God cannot do it, they will say it's a God of a second chance. You understand? You see, destiny is in your hand, but God has the clay to achieve your destiny. So He molds it the way He wants to mold it. If you are the child of God, circumstances will not define you. Circumstances will not define you because He knows what to do. He knows he knows how to save you, and He knows how to show you and say, look, this is my own. I have the final conclusion. I have not written it, and I'm going to write it on this man.
But what do we ourselves have to do to merit? Because that is grace, but we also have to be in a state of grace, if I want to use that word again. Because you can't just be living anyhow and think that, oh, God will always be there. What do you think, General?
You see, living anyhow, those are the people that God needs. Those anyhow
That's
people. Okay. Some people have missed air crash because they are drunkards. And because it's okay, I went to drink somewhere before it came, the aircraft took off.
And the air crash now.
So you see, those what you call living anyhow, those are the people that have chances of God molding back to the path that He wants them to be. So there's no anyhow in the path of God. You understand what I'm saying? If you are like that, He wants to use you as an example. You understand? So that's what He wants to do with you.
So now that you are no longer in active service, how do you keep fit?
I do a lot of exercise.
Still?
Yes, no, I do a lot of exercise. I have a gym in my house, so every day, except when I don't have the opportunity of doing it, I must put in 2 hours.
Every day?
Yes, every day, yes. Walk, then use the machines. 2 hours.
It's very important for you to keep fit.
Very, very important. You know, we all are approaching 60 or over 60. And when you get there, a lot of things you take for granted can't even. You can just wake up and your ankle is paining you. You wake up, your eyes is paining you or whatever. So they say the cheapest medicine is exercise.
Prevention.
Exercise.
To prevent falling sick.
To prevent falling, that's cheapest medicine. And again, too, that's why we go back to the environment. And the cheapest solution to taming the climate change in the environment is planting of trees. As you live here, go and plant a tree. You are saving humanity. You are saving mankind.
Plant a tree.
Plant a tree, yes.
So do you have like an NGO or something? How do you propagate your environmental message? Do you have an NGO? You know, how can we key into it, for instance?
Yes, the president of Association of Environmental Practitioners and Climate Change, Environmental Practitioners and Climate Change Practitioners.
In Nigeria? I didn't know.
Not in Nigeria, but they don't allow you to register and put Nigeria now. But the NGO is a Nigerian NGO. Yes, okay. Yes.
So you have people that actually belong to the association?
We have a group. I think we're about 400 in that group.
Okay, so how do we, people listening now, they want more information. Because most people take these things for granted. You just finish, you just throw your plastic something anywhere, just anyhow. You know, so how do we get the information to know how to help save our environment?
Well, if you want to, first of all, plastic that will start from crude oil. Like the Secretary General of the UN said, see, anybody that is still romancing crude oil is not doing good to his economy. Instead, he's sabotaging it. The days of renewable energy is no longer a promise. It's not a fact. It has come. This plastic you are looking at is the most dangerous thing you can look at. We all take it, but they are microplastics. We all have it in our body. And we need to take it out.
How do we do that?
Yes, we need to look for alternative. Before we got to plastic, you remember when we were young?
Bottles.
When we were young, all this nylon bag and all. In Nigeria, this pure sachet water, every day there's 168 million sachet this pure water being disposed. They all end up in the.
It cannot be recycled.
In the waterway. And our recycling in Nigeria is less than 5%. It's less than 5%. But if you want to really know more about the environment, you can go to you can follow me on YouTube, Iyamu Climate Hub. You will learn it. Climate Hub.
Do you have any other handles like a Twitter?
I'm on Twitter, Iyamu Climate Change. Then on Twitter, Iyamu Climate Change 1. And on Instagram, Iyamu Climate Change.
I've really enjoyed your time. Have you enjoyed your time with us?
Oh, fantastic.
And we have not even scratched the surface. So you're going to have to come back again another time to, give us more insights into your life.
The way you gave me command, you are one of us now. You are more military than me. You are Army and Navy. Me, I'm only Air Force. So you say it's armed forces that is interviewing each other here.
So General, I'm going to give you small work to do for Radio Maria. We don't, we're not a commercial radio.
Yes.
Everything we do is amazing grace of God and contribution from our listeners.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you to read our account number if our listeners want to support. Can you read, or you need your glasses?
Yes, 1017556755.
Okay.
Zenith Bank.
Yes. And
Please.
The name of the account is Radio Maria.
Radio Maria Development Initiative of Nigeria. It's a wonderful time. Wonderful time.
That's a command. It's a general that said it's not me. So that's a command. So he has ordered you.
I've been supporting Radio Maria since 2017.
Wow, thank you.
Yes.
So it's because of you that we are on air. It's because of you that we are reaching out to all these people. Anonymous. You are no longer anonymous. You are no longer anonymous now. You have the command, the order from the general. Thank you so much. And as you continue your life journey, I wish you good health. I wish you many, many more amazing grace of God. Is there any luxury item you cannot live without? So I'm going to send you off now. What luxury item can you not live without? Some will tell me their mobile phone. What is yours? What is the luxury item that you cannot live without?
First of all, there's nothing like luxury item. I can live without anything.
So there's nothing you cannot live without.
No. There's nothing. Yeah, I'm so attached that I cannot live without it. No. Anything you cannot live without is you has replaced your God.
That's very, very, very interesting. So black soup and starch, or special fried rice and big fish. What would you choose?
Ask my wife.
I should ask your wife. Okay, I will ask you. Thank you so much for coming in. I've enjoyed the 1 hour is just like 10 minutes. Honestly, I really, really enjoyed this interview. Thank you so much, my listeners, for listening to us. My guest has been AVM Iyamu. He has announced his social media handles. If you want more information, drop me an SMS message and I'll give you more information about his contacts if you want to support his environmental initiative. Thank you very much. Keep listening to Radio Maria. Don't touch that dial. Thank you. Have a good evening.